Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Bitcoin price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with the daily for Bitcoin, where we are looking here at our impulse with the channeling 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 towards the upside. Potential wave 1 finished over there, and we are looking at a potential correction A, B and a C expanding flat here for wave 2 and then continuation toward the upside. Regarding the price, current price, of course, is still ranging inside the base channel again, of course, and also inside this corrective blue channel, where we saw, of course, a potential fake out here and coming back inside this blue channel one more time. Currently inside it, we see also a rebound from the lower part somehow, and we see, of course, today a rebound from yesterday night. We see, of course, higher prices unfolding. We're gonna, of course, dive inside it to see what are the possibility on the micro level. But before we do this, of course, let's continue with the most possible scenarios here, which are first, of course, I'm gonna start with the bullish, which is a possible scenario there where you are in a 1, 2, 3, 4 and wave 5 not finished, which it might be extended wave 5 here, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. Your wave 5 is 1, 2 and several 1, 2s here are unfolding for 3, 4, 5, 4, 5 continuation toward the upside, even for higher prices above the 200k for Bitcoins. This is, of course, an ultimate bullish scenario. And in this case scenario, where you have, of course, 1, 2 and wave 1 again, an A, B and a C, or expanding flat, it can be even here a potential A, 3 waves up for wave B, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5. For wave C, of course, hitting perfectly the 0.786, 0.618, which are perfect fib levels. For a wave 2 taken from the wave 1 here, where you might have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5 as a wave 1, ABC 3 waves, and we move toward the upside. So basically, this is, of course, the area where we might, of course, start to see something higher prices. This is the only scenario available, of course, for bullish and to move for higher in case we continue, of course, the trend. Now, don't forget, of course, that also this can be an impulse finished downward, which it can be in different scenario here. You're expanding flat finished as A, B, and a C, and we're looking for a wave C. And if this is a finished impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, as you can see, of course, on the daily, much clearer that it can be, of course, a finished impulse, can be your wave 1 finished, and you're looking here for a wave 2, and then we drop down again continuously towards the downside. So this is a bearish scenario where we are still, of course, potentially estimating a wave 2, because this can be, of course, a finished impulse, wave 1, wave 2, and then looking for 3, 4, 5 towards the downside. While the bullish one, of course, is still estimating this 1, 2 as ABC here, as, of course, expanding flat, and you're looking for higher. And that means, of course, the key levels here for the bullish is simply to take the high here. Once we take the high, that means, of course, confirmation for higher prices. And that means, of course, we're talking about 200k. Something very bullish is unfolding toward the upside. Now, if we dive also a little bit much more in several scenarios here, where we see, of course, a potential larger ending diagonal for a potential wave 5. Can it be possible that this diagonal is expanding in a bigger or in a larger wave 5? Yes, can be possible, of course, because the wave 5 anyway has to reach the perfect fib levels, as we can see, between the 0.618, 0.786. So if this is your wave 4 here that it was given, so it can be, of course, very likely that you might still have a wave 5 toward the upside, that it might be unfolding as an extension, of course, for this ending diagonal. And yeah, so basically those are the possibilities here for Bitcoin. The main possibilities, of course, we have the bearish one, which it can be, of course, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for expanding flat. We need to see continuation after a wave 2. Otherwise, we are in bullish here, where you have double 1, 2, of course, as an expanding flat, of course, again, and moving towards the upside exactly from the blue box, which are perfect fib levels for a wave 2. We have triple 1, 2s here, and then we're moving very massively towards the upside. Final scenario also that you might be in this ending diagonal, which is expanding and transforming this to a wave 4, and then still looking for wave 5 in the perfect fib levels here. After, of course, we were expecting a finished top here for wave 5. It can be, of course, something much bigger or larger is unfolding there for this ending diagonal. So these are the possibilities right now. There are two bullish scenarios can be, of course, there unfolding. And of course, we're gonna watch the key level. The key levels, of course, is to invalidate this impulse as, of course, direction downward. Meaning we need, of course, to take the high here to invalidate it. And once we take it, minimum target, therefore, will be the 147, 160K for Bitcoin. For the 1 hour chart here, we are looking at a potential correction towards the upside, and that because, of course, you are looking at three waves, again, three waves, and of course, an impulse. Now, basically, what we are accounting here is a potential W and X and a potential impulse for a zigzag in a wave Y. And that because, of course, you cannot really move here in three waves impulsively after a very long sideways for a wave 2, which is very rare case. And then, of course, having three waves again for an impulse, meaning this cannot be even 1, 2, 3. And that means, of course, very likely that you are in a W here for a flat and then for an X, and you're looking here for a wave Y in a potential zigzag, meaning yes, we might still see higher prices here, but it doesn't mean that we are bullish, guys. So the bullish scenario is still a little bit shaky here, is not looking perfect for bullish. We have broken, of course, the fib levels, 1-to-1 fib level here, and we have broken the 0.618 for a potential diagonal as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which is, of course, can give the possibility that you have finished here a wave 1, guys. Despite that, of course, this wick is very long on some platforms, which, of course, it has reached around the 100K. On this platform, it has reached only 105K. Therefore, it makes it very, very difficult here to estimate the price, if this is gonna be a finished wave 5 or not, whether you take the low or not. On some platform, you did not take the low yet because this wick is even longer. Therefore, I'm considering the wave 3 here exactly with the bodies where we have finished the drop down exactly there. And that means, of course, in this case, you might have already a finished 4, 5, 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5, which it might be here a potential finished wave 1. So if we don't want to move so much inside those counts here, and we want to consider a potential finished impulse, it can be, guys, because this can represent a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which it can be, of course, an impulse, especially on the daily. If you are very lost on the micro because of this wick, of course, which it is very challengeful, you have already on the daily 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a perfect impulse, no invalidation between the wave 4 and the wave 1. And that means, of course, we have to consider that this is a potential wave 1 in a potential, of course, a bearish market 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, on the lower time frame, therefore, if we are here in a W, X, and a Y, as we can see, of course, because of the three waves, and of course, the three waves again given over there, it's a signal, guys. It's a signal that we are moving corrective and we are not moving impulsive toward the upside. Meaning sooner or later we might see a drop down again, and that because if this is gonna be finished wave Y, which I expect as a zigzag here to be finished as a W, X, and a Y here, meaning, of course, I'm expecting somehow a wave 2, guys. A wave 2 that it might be, of course, even a little bit higher, can be very likely, but yeah, I'm expecting something corrective. This is what I would like to say. And of course, as a retracement taken here from the start of this impulse, if we start, of course, to analyze this wave 2, so we have already, of course, we didn't touch yet the 0.38. So I'm gonna remove, of course, this since we have passed them. So the next level to be tested right now is this blue box, which I'm expecting as a wave 2 here potentially. And even as a timing, you might need a little bit more time here for a wave 2, which it forces the 0.38 time for a wave 2, which we are almost close for it. and we are very close for it. And that means, of course, if this is gonna be your zigzag somehow like this, it can be, of course, exactly a wave 2, and that we drop, of course, continuously again toward the downside from there. So we gotta be careful. We need, of course, the invalidation potentially in case we still have something here. But I mean, I believe it's not working anymore because it is kind of like a finished impulse. We can count it, of course. The wick is very annoying, but if the wave 3 is there, well, you finish several 4-5, I would say. So therefore, I believe that this cannot really serve anymore as a good invalidation. I would say it's time to test, of course, a wave 2. If we fail the wave 2 and we take the 886, therefore, of course, yeah, we might be in a bullish scenario, which is around 160K. And of course, confirmation here for the bullish scenario would be, of course, this level, meaning confirmation here for a new bull run. Confirmation for bull run. Okay, bull run, because of course it's gonna be very, very long. It's gonna be the ultimate bullish scenario explained, of course, already in the start of the video. So yeah, these are the possibilities right now. I don't see, of course, a very, very nice structure impulsively despite the green. Okay, it's beautiful, it's nice, guys, but you don't have to get blinded always with bullish scenarios. And that means, of course, we gotta, of course, estimate the wave 2. Once we fail it, then okay, we call something bullish unfolding again. Yep, so that was it for Bitcoin for the daily. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.